Hello you beautiful bunch, welcome back to my channel. It's Karen. I hope you're all having an amazing week. We've got a set here today and I have my Aleana handle ready to go and the tips prepped and all that there. So I'm just giving them a little wipe over. This is a set inspired by the mood board. It is Nat Clark's turn this month. Each month one of the admin team over in the Nail Sugar Facebook group set a mood board. So I'm just going to enclose it here for you, and as you can see, how beautiful is that? These kind of rich pinks and purples and peacock blues, and oh, it's just lovely. There's some berries there as well too. So I decided to go with more of a sort of peacock theme for this. So I just kind of wanted to just sort of record a really nice sort of salon set basically sort of for this, and using builder gel as well too. Sorry, builder in a bottle even. And so I'm just sort of starting off with putting down some colour. I should have put a base coat because what had happened with these tips, I had actually removed the design beforehand. I had recorded a set and I absolutely, I really didn't like them at all. So I decided to just kind of file them off. So it did leave the tips a little bit lumpy bumpy. So I should have put a base coat down. But anyway, here's the thing, we move, and when I put the second coat on, it really just kind of makes it look, it evens it all out, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the colours that we're sort of going with. And then on this middle nail, I'm going to do a lovely ombre effect because I want to put two different types of glitter on. So yes, I'm just sort of going in nice and neatly there around the cuticle, and I'm pulling it down, and then I'm going in then with the purple, and I'll just kind of like butt that up to that turquoise, and then using an ombre brush, I will just kind of blend those together. I'm not going to be too stressed out about sort of how neat this ombre looks because, like I say, there's going to be glitter over it. So this is just kind of a bit of a sort of a rough ombre, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to be using some of the Peacock Feather Nail Sugar water decals. As you can see, I have already used them before. I do love these. So I just, as usual, I dampen the back off it, wait probably about sort of 10 to 20 seconds, slide it off, and then I just stamp it onto the nail. It is as simple as that. If your tacky layer isn't tacky enough, put a thin layer of base coat down, cure it, and then stamp your decal on because it does need something tacky to hold on to. So I'm just then going over them with a nice top coat just to seal all that in. I done this nail first before moving on to the glitter, speaking of which is the gorgeous Sugar Plum. I love this. It is so beautiful. So this is a chunky glitter, and it can be, I know that sort of some people do struggle with encapsulating the chunky glitters, with the builder in a bottle, but it absolutely can be done. You just have to sort of, you just have to position the glitter well. I usually, as you see here, I put a coated base coat down, and all I do is I put a little bit of the glitter onto one of the triangle trays, or just anything kind of, you just sort of sprinkle it a little bit out. And then I like to use a detailer kind of brush to lift singular bits at a time. Wee bit time consuming, but I just like doing that. I think it just sort of gives me more control, especially if I'm using builder in a bottle. It just kind of it just enables me to be able to set the glitter flat. So again, then here on the sort of the ombre nail, I'm just going in then with some of that beautiful Dragonfly, and I'm just going to be putting that around the cuticle area. And again, the good thing is with this being a multi-cut is I can lift different size bits, and kind of just sort of like fill them in as and where. I tend to position most of the bigger bits sort of towards the center in that there, and then I'll just go in then with any little small bits and sort of fill that in. And I'm doing exactly the same with Sugar Plum here too. Only at the free edge, I'm just using my brush to pick that up and just position it where I want it, and then I will go in for a double cure. Oh, and of course not forgetting the pinky as well too. I'm putting some Dragonfly on that as well, and I'm just going around the cuticle there and just lifting little bits and sort of, you know, trying to keep it away from the sort of the edges, some of the bigger bits. I'll just sort of fill in with the smaller bits as well there too, and yeah, it's gonna look fab after. So we'll get that in for a double cure, and then we're moving on then to the builder gel. Now what I like to do here is I like to put a slip layer down, quite a thick slip layer whenever I am working with the glitters, when I'm encapsulating them. So I'll put that slip layer down. As you can see, I'm getting sort of as close but not touching the skin as you will, if you will, and then I go in then with a nice little bead on my brush and I simply walk it down just sort of at side walls there as well too, and I just basically walk it down over the nail, and that is that encapsulated. And I'm going to be doing that there with them all again, a slip layer, and then I'm just going to go in then with the bead and kind of build up the apex a little bit and just walk it sort of down the nail. I do that with middle finger, the pointer and the pinky in this set here, so just to make sure that everything is nicely encased in that builder in a bottle. Okay, so once we're out of the lamp, then I go in with some alcohol wipe and just wipe all that tacky layer off. And then using my hand file, then I will go in and just do side walls and the free edge first, just to sort of get them all neatened up. And then I just go in then again with my hand file and just work around sort of the side walls and the cuticle as well too there, just to make sure that everything is nicely shaped and refined. And I do this then the other side as well too. And then once I have that done, I usually wipe it off and give it a buff too as well, because a buff really helps to refine everything, and it just sort of smooths it all out. And yeah, so we give that a really nice wipe away there. We're cleaning off all of that dust before we go in then for the next step. Okay, so I wanted to add a little bit of detail to the decal, sort of a nice little bit of sort of gold sparkle. So all I've done is get in here with some gold gel paint, and I'm just kind of highlighting the little edges, and then I just put a bit in the middle, and this is so pretty whenever the light catches it, especially when it was all top coated and stuff like that there, just to kind of see these little tiny flecks of gold. It just really made this nail, so it did. So it's always nice that you can actually use your decals, but highlight them as well too, just to add a little bit of something extra to them. So we're going in now and top coating everything, and this is what I love. I just love seeing that sparkle come to life. It is just, oh, I love a good top coat and cam. Kelly over at Chronically Creative Nails, she does top coat and cams, and oh, they're just mesmerizing. So yeah, so we're just going over that there and just making sure that everything is nice and neat and shiny. Make sure you don't touch obviously the side walls of the cuticle with any of the product, and we're just bringing that design to life. And then just to add a little bit of a finishing touch here, I wanted to put some crystals just on this nail, and some that kind of tied in with, these are sort of more of a goldy colour, these ones, and a little caviar bead as well too, because it kind of makes it look like sort of set stones, which is really pretty. But that is the finished look. That is our little sort of peacock inspired mood board set. I hope you like them. I just think they're such a really pretty, simple salon design to do, really eye-catching, and just super effective. So don't forget to get over to the Nail Sugar Facebook group and get entering. Every month we have a mood board, and you can win yourself some prizes. All the details are over there, so if you haven't done already, get over, and we will see you there. Have a wonderful week, and I will be back next time. So till then, take care, say hey and all that in the comments below, guys, and see you soon. Bye.